Hello, everybody. Welcome to Allah's Narrative. This is Masood, your host, and today I'm just throwing out a challenge to Derek. Hello, Derek. It's just the turf that we share that makes me call out your name so much. Um, I mean, you've got so many experts with you supporting your cause. All I'm asking you is, you can't do this without tackling the Quran. It's like it's like I'm Habib and you're like Gaethje, and there has to be a battle. You know what I mean? To determine where is the evidence. So basically, I can't be louder than I'm trying to be to you, calling out your name again and again. You got to bring your experts to tackle the Quran, and if you're out there to challenge and the possibility of God's existence, you're basically endeavoring to put out yourself with a claim that all the religions in the world who worship God, who believe in God, and have their beliefs are basically wrong and falsifiable. So if you are a claimant, then I don't know how you can get along without facing the challenges head on. And you might be saying you're putting out evidence. Most of it, I'm sure it's convincing, and a lot of the research. Don't mistake me. A lot of the many of the researchers that come on your channel, they've got content, and I appreciate them. I value and I respect their work. But there is something that's still undone. There is this Quran which you haven't tackled, which the experts whom you have haven't really tackled with a decisive word. So all I'm doing is calling out your name again and again for one sole reason, and that is to bring out the decisive evidence against the God of Abraham. So you can't do it without tackling the Quran, my dear friend. I mean, you've been doing wonderful work. There's no doubt about that. But at the same time, you gotta play a fair field. The field has to be fair. You gotta claim, and you got allegations basically against religions. So people like myself show up to answer your allegations. And when we answer your allegations, essentially what you see on the screen is a comment I made on Stephen's post, in which I said, basically, if you need to tackle the Gospels, you need to tackle the central theme of the Gospels, which is the teachings of Jesus Christ, not the birth and the resurrection narratives, which Dennis has done an outstanding job to expose that they have been borrowed from earlier mythologies of ancient cultures. It's a phenomenal job. I respect it. Hats off to Dennis, and hats off to you to organizing those experts come and talk to you on this channel and put out this information before the world. I mean, I can't appreciate those works, more than I'm doing right now. I mean, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate that, and I respect and I value those researchers. But what you need to tackle in the Gospels is a central theme, which is the teachings of Jesus himself during his ministry, those parables, those teachings he ushered to his community, based on which an empire of human services was realized in the world, unlike anything before. I mean, you don't find a precedent in human history of the services done to humanity resulting from the teachings of Jesus Christ. Okay, and still there's plenty more that needs to be done from the Gospels, from within the Gospels. If those teachings are implemented today, I'm 100% sure the problems of the world will be gone. Okay, look, this is the thing that you need to tackle. This is the thing that experts need to really tackle, like Bart Ehrman or Dennis MacDonald. They are hitting the surfaces, the birth narratives and the resurrection narratives, bombarding them, and much of that bombardment is going to waste because you're not tackling the central theme, which is Jesus' teachings that he actually gave to people. So again, mate, let my comment pass through on your Facebook. All I'm requesting you is play on a fair field. When we really dispute about God, whether God exists or not, why should fairness suffer? Is my question to you, Derek. Let my comments pass through your Facebook groups. Okay? And look, James Tabor is an amazing person. I mean, you've done shows with him. He's a believer. There's so much evidence that, according to you, contributes to disbelief, for your own disbelief, and for the movement that's catching fire in the West. James D. Tabor is a man who lives today, who's aware of these things, but why does he continue to believe? Because a man knows, he knows there's truth in those words, which need to be which need to be really taken on board onto human conscience. Basically, if you're fair-minded, those proofs, those words that are the truth will not escape you. But if you're having other motivations, I'm sure you're going to overlook them. And that's what is happening for many of the folks in the world today. They're overlooking the truths in the scriptures when they come across researchers which link some of the contents from the Bible to mythologies. So it's premature. What I'm calling is the decisions that you guys are making is premature, and there's a big risk. The risk is enormous. But if you were patient, if you were slow moving, and if you acted like Tabor, there would be so many benefits that you would reap with God. Just think about it. Just think about it. Be slow. Don't rush. All I'm asking is there is no substance for you to be an atheist. At most, the most justifiable position that you can attain to is you could call yourself an agnostic, but there's no substance. There's no substance. Even if you end up exposing the Quran, which I don't think you will ever attain, no matter whom you invite. You got to tackle me, Jarek. You got to tackle me, all right? I've got literature out there. I've got 3 books that talks about evidence from the Quran based on science, astronomy, origins of life, and Sharia. Okay, you got to tackle me, Derek. I mean, there's no way. I mean, any expert that you bring on your shows, he's got my books to basically run down, right? I mean, he's got to run down my books. I mean, what is difficult for you in the Quran, in the Arabic Quran, I'm taking it, I'm bringing it out in my books, I'm showing you in your own language, I'm elucidating the proofs, okay? So there's no way that you can pass that and you can say, oh, we've done the job, we've finished the job with the Quran. No, that's just untrue, okay? So back to the point, slow down, be an agnostic is my humble suggestion to you. Be an agnostic, because there's no evidence that you can put out in front of people saying this is the evidence here and this is why God does not exist. Even if you were to falsify the Quran or the Bible, still the radical question of origins of everything refers to a creator. So there's no way, unless you prove a creator does not exist, there's no way to conclude that you're an atheist and it would be some sort of a justifiable position. No, it is not justified, my friend. Okay. And I'm waiting for this man, Dennis. I'm sorry for the jumbling of those words over there, overlapping of those 2 text boxes. Dennis McDonald is a highly respectable guy, and I respect him deeply for his work. I value his work. I'm not concerned about his beliefs. I mean, what his beliefs are, whether he believes, whether he disbelieves, doesn't matter to me, but his work is important. I'll value it. And I'm waiting. I'm waiting for Dennis to. I'm actually offering myself to help Dennis out, to bring out those elements from the Quran, the story of Zulqarnain, Alexander the Great. I want Dennis to do some work. I read those passages from Josephus, and I'm sure Dennis might have read those passages about Alexander the Great mentioned in Josephus. I'm sure you might have as well read those things. If not Dennis, who? Basically, who? So bring along Dennis on your channel, and I'll talk to Dennis, and I'll explain to you that very sun, the sun, S-U-N, sun, that people criticize in the Quran chapter 18. The very sun will show you the light. It's enlightening. It'll show you how Quran completely evades any sort of nemesis or any sort of plagiarism or attempts of copying the text from the literature around it. I'll show you the eye-opening evidence of what it is. So bring along Dennis. I'm just waiting for that day, mate. Let's do it. Why sneak out of me? I mean, why? You're essentially on the same turf, Derek, and that's time and again I'm iterating. We share a turf, and that's what makes me call your name so much, call out your name so much. There's no way until I die, I'm going to be bringing up this subject on my channel. I'm going to be calling out your name until I die, mate. So it's like, get these experts to talk to me. Let's find out if Quran has the same problems that we find these experts expose the Bible to have. Very simple. Let's do it. And yeah, I mean, cheer up. And I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to spare you. I'm not going to leave you. So there's no point running away from me. Tackle my videos. Let my comments pass through your Facebooks, and let me tackle your folks. All right. And there's no way. It's like a UFC turf. There's no way. You got to face me to own the belt, basically. So I'm the challenger. In fact, I believe I've got the belt. But if you don't believe, yeah, I'm a challenger. So yeah, Derek. There's no way you can breathe, mate. There's no way. I'm here, calling out your name. I'm calling out all these experts that you bring on your channel. Wonderful people. I mean, I value their work. I mean, I would like to talk to them, and I would like to show them what the evidence is and how the Bible is covered, basically looked after, covered by the Quran. The Quran covers it. Okay. I mean, I can't be louder than this. The Quran covers the Bible. Okay. Can't put more emphasis, mate. So get these people to talk to me direct. I mean, yeah. Guys, a request. I mean, don't be blind followers. Derek, you had the same problem. You had the same problem with your church when you were pointing out evidence. They didn't listen to you. They did not answer your questions. They felt safe in their fortresses, and you hated it. I know that for sure. It happens all over the place. Some of the mosques, some of the Muslims behave that way. I don't know why. I don't know why they behave. It's a lack of knowledge, mate. When people don't have knowledge, they panic. And I believe it's something similar happening to you right now when I'm challenging it to you. I don't want you to panic. Be a real American. Be a real American. Bring me on board. Let's talk. If you have evidence against the Quran, I will be the first person to buy it from you. Mark these words. I will be the first person to buy it, okay? But if you have substance against the Quran, the challenge is open. Think about it deeply, okay? Already, I'm done for today. I'll see you again. Bye.